Hello everyone. Welcome back to Guru's Academy with me, Miss Amruta. Today we will start our second part of fourth chapter, that is disaster management. And if you all have not watched or missed my previous topic, do click on I button on top so that you can see my all previous videos, and those who are new to my channel, do subscribe and press the bell icon so that you can get all the notifications of my next videos. And thanks to all those who have already subscribed my channel. Your comments are valuable for me so that I can do the needful as required by you all. Now let's continue to our topic, that is disaster management. So the community participation and disaster management are closely related. Taking steps to prevent disasters, making plans to face disasters, and planning the capacity for that is called disaster management. See, now community participation and disaster management. Community participation is the involvement of people in community to solve their problem, and disaster management is having the same thing. So what these people are doing after they come to know that there will be a disaster going to come, we get this information previous by the weather forecast team. So during this time when we get the news, we are supposed to be prepared that no much people should get affected or suffer by this disaster. Plans are made to face this disaster and also the developing capacity. So this is called disaster management. So to prevent or reduce damage caused by natural or man-made disaster, emergency planning and management is required. Now let's see what are the institutes at work. The National Disaster Management Authority was established in 2005 and the headquarters are in Delhi. It undertakes planning and implementation of disaster management work. Now what are we supposed to always remember? During disaster, helping and supporting each other is a moral responsibility. Yes, this is the most important thing that one should do. When there is any kind of disaster, we should give the moral and emotional support to the people. Now see, here we are given with the contact numbers if there are any kind of disaster management. For police, we should contact 100, that is 100. For fire brigade, 101, ambulance 102, and if any disaster management, you should call the disaster management cell, that is 108. So henceforth you all will keep in mind, if you all have any kind of disaster, you all can give a call for the given numbers. Now let's see what is the remedial and preventive measures. Let's see what precautions can be taken before or in the event of a natural or man-made disaster. See, there are some pictures given below. Now what is this first picture given? This is that lady, that reporter is telling us news. So, and what we are supposed to do? We are supposed to keep watching TV and radio news and bulletin, because we get the regular updates what's happening all around us. Next is the use battery operated radios and mobiles. Heeding the warning issued by the meteorological department carefully. As we have discussed before, that meteorological department, it tells us what is going to happen in next hours. So we should always see what are the warnings given by them. Use the website www.imd.government.in. See, this is given in this news that we are supposed to observe this website so that we can get all the information regarding the disasters, what is going to happen. Landslides occur in hilly areas due to cloudburst and heavy rains. We have discussed this before about the Malangaon. What had happened? That landslide have came, but people were unaware. So, if we are already prepared, we know that this is going to happen. What are we supposed to do? So on this such occasion, do not take shelter at foot of a hilly area. If the landslide come, what will happen? We will come under it and people may die. So we are not supposed to take shelter at foot of the hilly regions. So during floods, do not linger in the houses or areas on river banks. We know if the flood is going to come, the water is going to flow all away, and sometimes even the houses may get flow off. So we are not supposed to linger in the houses. That means we are not supposed to wait inside the houses or area on river banks. We should take shelter in a safe place where the water cannot enter. Move at these safer places at the greater height where the water can't reach. You should not step out into the water currents. That means you should not step out into the water or drive a vehicle into them. If sudden of the flood comes, sudden of the water rises, what will happen? The vehicle will flow off. So next is during an earthquake, road splits open, the ground cracks, the railway track gets uprooted. We have seen that what happens in earthquake, the roads get split up, it gets break up. There is the cracks on the ground, and even the railway tracks get uprooted. So we are not supposed, during this time what we're supposed to do, we should move when moving from one place to another, ensure that the road is safe further. Then take shelter in relief camp as they provide medicines, food packets, drinking water and first aid. As there is the relief camps, what happen in relief camps, there are the doctors team where they provide you all medicines, they give you all food packets and also drinking water. Then to get protection from fire, use fire extinguisher. It's given in the picture. So when there is a fire, what you all are supposed to do? You all are supposed to use fire extinguisher. It is given in public places like schools, hospitals, railway stations and all. So students, you all should remember all these preventive measures when there are such kind of disasters. Do you all know what is first aid? Okay, so let's see. First aid. In day-to-day life, sometimes we have to face disasters or accidents of varying proportions. On such occasion, it is necessary to give some immediate aid even before medical treatment becomes available. You all must have known that first aid, what is its important. Even you all must be having first aid at your home. When you'll get burnt or when you'll get something happen, what do your mother do? She takes the first aid box and treat you all at home, isn't it? Now let's see what first aid should be used for different kinds. Now the first is the external bleeding. What you should do, what first aid you all should do when there is the external bleeding. See, you all can see here, he's bleeding so much. So what should you do? If a person is bleeding, first make him sit or lie down comfortable. Keep the bleeding part of body above the level of heart and clean it with water. What are you supposed to do if there is external bleeding? You should keep that body part above the level of your heart and clean it with water. Why you all should keep it above the heart? So that there must be no excessive bleeding. Now what is the next? The next is the burns and scalds. So you all know there must be minor burns or even sometimes serious burns. Now let's see what we should do when there is minor burns. The injured part where there is the burn, you should wash it with water or held it under the water. You have to wash it with water or held under the water. You can do any one of them. Then give the victim water to drink. Clean the wounds using the cotton swab soaked in an antiseptic solution. Antiseptic solution can be anything. It can be Dettol or Savlon. We have seen this. Even you all must be having in your first aid box. Then do not apply oily ointments. Cover the wounds using dry dressing. It should be not wet. Now let's see what is under the serious burns. Give the emotional support. Cover the wounds with sterilized clothes. Remove the jewelry, shoes, etc. if easily possible. And do not touch or burst the blisters on the skin. You all must have seen that where there is some serious burns, we get boils on it. So you are not supposed to touch it. Then do not apply oily ointments. Do not try to remove the clothes if it is stuck to the burned skin. Sometimes happen, you all don't know when there is going to be a burn. You all must have wore anything, any type of clothes. Some of the clothes are synthetic, so they get stuck to the burned skin. You are not supposed to pull them. What will happen? It will start bleeding. So, what is the next? If the patient is conscious, give water to drink, but avoid tea or coffee or stimulating drinks. You should give him water. Water is more safe, but you should avoid tea or coffee. And then get medical aid at once. So, medical aid box we are having at home. So, if it's serious burn, first you should give him the medical aid. See, here are some immediate steps given for burn. Now you all can see that this boy is having a burn on his back. He's running here and there. But what is his friend doing? He has taken a blanket and he has covered him up. He has tried to turn off the burn. Now let's see what is the sunstroke. Students, you all must have seen in TV that there is the ad. We always see that ad during the summer season. What is happening? The boy is playing, but the up above his head is the sun, and there is the straw coming out from the sun, and he's taking all the absorbed water. He absorbs all the water from that boy's body. You all must have seen it. So that is what happens when what happens when sunstroke. When the sun is continuously for a long time, the body loses a lot of water and minerals. What happens? We become the water level from our body goes down because it is absorbed by the sun, and at this reason it is the sunstroke. See what is this girl doing? This boy, he is having the sunstroke. See, here is the sun and he is fainting down. See, she have fell down. So what we are supposed to do at this time? You are supposed to take that person and make him lie at one side and keep his neck at one side. Let's see, it's given over here. Take the patient to a cool place in a shade. Sponge the whole body with cold water. Place a cloth soaked in a cold water on the neck. Give plenty of water or liquid like sharbats to drink. Even you all must have seen in summer season, you all drink lot type of cold drink, not cold drinks, but sharbats like lemon juice, raspberry. Now next, see what is the next point. If the patient feels like vomiting, make him lie prone. That is, you should make him lie on his or her abdomen with the head turned one side. See, it is given in this picture. This is what you are supposed to do if the patient feels like vomiting. And then get the medical help or shift the patient to a hospital. Now let's see what is the next. That is the snake bite. Even if we listen the name snake, we get afraid, isn't it? Now let's see what is in it. There are nearly 2000 species of snake. See, there are different kind of 2000 species of snake, but only a few like cobras, kraits, vipers and sea snakes are poisonous. What were we thinking? Or some of you all must be thinking that if there's snake, it is poisonous. But no, there are only few like given here are poisonous. Therefore, all snake bites are not fatal. Yes, that means all snake bites, if any kind of snake bites you, but we don't know whether it is poisonous or not poisonous, but all are not poisonous. However, fear causes severe psychological shock which can result in death. This is what people mentality is, that I have been bitten by a snake, now I am going to die. But no, that is their psychological shock which results into their death. So if you come across a snake, contact a Sarpamitra rather than killing the snake at once. Sarpamitra means what? Those are the people who like to catch the snake And what they do not kill them. They take that they catch that snake and take them to the safer place. Now, as I'm from Pune, I know that there's the Katra Snake Garden in our Pune. So, what the Sarpamitra in Pune do, they catch the snake and they leave them in the garden like Katraj. Now, let's see what is the remedial measures. Wash the wound with water. Yes, when you see that anyone of your friend or anyone have been bitten by a snake, you are supposed to wash that wound with water. Give the emotional support to the patient. Tie a cloth tightly above the wound. See, we can see in the picture. We can see in this picture, this is where the snake have bitten. And the next is showing us that where have been tied cloth. See, this is where the wound was there, and we are supposed to tie the cloth above the wound where the snake have bitten us, so that the poison, if it is poisonous or anything, it should not go above that tight surface. And the last one is the get the immediate medical help. If you see any one of the people who has come across the snake bite, you are supposed to do you're supposed to do all the required things and then contact the doctors. Now let's see what is the next. That is the dog bite. Y'all must have listened when y'all were small. Y'all have listened from your parents or anything that if there is dog bite, you are supposed to tell because you have to take so much of injections. Now let's see what is the dog bite. In a dog bite, there is a risk of infection through blood. See, there is an infection through the blood. Hence, the first aid and medical help are necessary. See, dog bites are not good because if dog bites us, what happen? The our blood gets infection. If it is the severe bite, if his teeth get severely injured into our skin, what will happen? The germs from his mouth will enter our body. And is it that good? No, that is at all not good. So you must be very alert if such thing happens. Let's see what is the remedial measures. Wash the wound with the solution of potassium permanganate or any antiseptic. As we said, antiseptic may be anything. It can be Dettol, Savlon, or any antiseptic can be used. Why we use potassium permanganate? Because it kills the germs. So as soon as if you see anyone have got the dog bite, you should wash that wound with the solution of potassium permanganate. Then cover the wound with a clean and dry cloth and get a doctor's help and an injection of anti-rabies vaccine. Anti-rabies vaccine. You should get in contact with doctor so that he can inject you anti-rabies vaccine. Why we are supposed to do this? Because as I told you, if the dog bites, his germ enters our body and it enters our blood, and sometimes it also goes to our brain. So what that person do? That person starts behaving like that dog. So if you see anyone having the dog bite, you are immediately do this and then contact the doctor so that he will inject that patient with the anti-rabies vaccine. So we have learned different kinds of disaster and disaster management. So a sudden calamity caused is known as disaster. Disaster can be man-made or natural. Alertness and immediate action are necessary on such occasions. So we have seen in management what you're supposed to do. You all must be alert. An immediate action should be taken when it is necessary. Effective disaster management and use of remedial measures can help reduce the losses. Effective management should be used so that we can reduce the loss. And every person should know about safety precautions and first aid, as we have just learned what is safety precautions and their first aid. So I hope you all have understood what I have taught you all. If you like it, do subscribe my channel and press the bell icon to get the notification of my all next videos. Thank you.